It was an attempt to help people who were on long-term disability under Social Security get back into the workforce. And a person who collects that disability gets a ticket or a voucher, and they have the freedom to go to work or not to go to work without some of the economic penalties or disincentives. And we joined up as one of the partners of an employment network, and we're listed nationally. Anybody who has a disability, who's on long-term disability, can call us up and say, I've got a ticket and I'd like to work with you. That's a 5-year commitment on their part, 5-year commitment on our part, to help them find a job, sustain that job, and ultimately get off of Social Security. We've not served a lot of people in that program because people have been backed off by it. But those who have actually stepped forward. If we can't directly help them, we refer them through the State Division of Vocational Rehab. But we're currently working with an individual. The person wanted to do it on their own, did not want to go through a state agency, and essentially just stepped forward and has been working with my staff.
Mark, what do you think the future challenges of this are? Is getting more and more people to work? I mean, 325, do you think you have a waiting list? I'm sure you do. Or
well, it's an interesting question because right now the state of the economy is probably the biggest challenge, both on a national level and a state level. We're facing, as you can see on my button, we're facing a lobbying campaign, to try to get appropriations from the state budget. Our biggest challenge right now and threat to our current program is that we're anticipating a 10 to 15% cut in our service dollars.
And that's from the state or the feds?
From the state.
From the state.
And that uncoupled by the fact that the general economy is not good and that the core of our business operation, which is our subcontract packaging, we're standing ready to fulfill needs. I think the general economy, unfortunately, has gotten sluggish. One of the advantages of starting in Elizabeth and being in Roselle is being near the port. And the port has been a good linkage for us because a lot of the work that we do are imports. We don't do them directly. Somebody comes to us and has an item or a product that they're marketing.
When you say you don't do them, they don't come to you directly. Do you go out and market the occupational center?
What we do market the service of light contract packaging, so that if somebody is importing an item and selling it to whatever retailer that they happen to be a product. An example would be, let's say, a shower head. We're currently importing. A company's importing them from China. We're packaging them. He's selling it to a major housewares retailer. As the economy gets robust, we'll get robust. When it slows down, sometimes, because we also offer the ability to have a ready workforce for this type of work, and that's one of the things that we try to market, is that we stand ready to take on a tremendous amount of work. We have 6 loading docks, and so 6 53-foot trailers can pull up at any time, get unloaded, stored, ready for processing, and then sent out to a distribution center or directly to a retailer.
Mark, just before we close, can you give contact information if there's any employer out there looking to hire people or anybody looking for advice in this field?
Absolutely. Our phone number is 908-241-7200. We also have a website, www.occupationalcenter.org.
Mark, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us on the show this evening. And I know I've been over there and exploring and explaining some of the roles of the Occupational
Absolutely.
Center. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks a lot.
For Mr. Mark Lasky and Director Paul Odessa, I'm Chris Bolwage. We'll see you next week on another edition of Our City. Stay up.